Hi, I'm Rachel Gable, and this is your Fair Cattle Markets update for the 28th of July. I watched the Senate Finance Committee hearing this morning, and certainly a lot of talk about blocking biotech out of Mexico, and a lot of talk about blocking access for U.S. dairymen to the Canada market and steel. But I think probably the overarching sentiment of the day was sadness at the loss of former Wyoming Senator Mikeenzi. He was on the Finance Committee and I think the Budget Committee for over 20 years, served on those with Stabenow and others. He had a bicycle accident there in Gillette several days ago, and they learned this morning that he had passed away from his injuries. Of course, Governor Gordon up in Wyoming has ordered that flags be lowered from now until sunset on the day of his internment, which we're not sure which day that will be yet. But Chairman Wyden from Idaho said that Enzi's kindness and graciousness were always appreciated, and said you just couldn't find a more caring or decent person on earth. His member after member spoke about his kindness and his graciousness and his faith, that he still emailed and texted and called to let the members of the Finance Committee know that he was praying for them from Wyoming even after his retirement. And several of them mentioned his love of beef, which they said was unwavering and impressive. So certainly our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of former Wyoming Senator Mikeenzi. I didn't get all the way through that hearing, but that seemed to be the theme, with the biotech being blocked out of Mexico with no real justification, and then also the blocking of dairy out of Canada. So tomorrow, sounds like at Thune's request, there will be a Senate Judiciary Committee and House Ag Committee hearings on the state of the beef supply chain. In the Senate, the hearing is entitled Beefing Up Competition, Examining America's Food Supply Chain. That will be Wednesday, the 28th, if you're watching on Wednesday. Witnesses include John Shaben, owner of Dunlap Livestock Association and member of the Iowa Cattlemen's Association, Mr. Rob LaRue, President, National Farmers Union, Mr. Shane Miller, Group President of Fresh Meats, Tyson, Tim Shellpepper, President of USA Fed Beef, JBS, David Smith, President and CEO of Associated Wholesale Grocer, I think that's supposed to be grocers. It says Grovers, but I think it's grocers. And Mr. George Slover, Senior Policy Counsel of Consumer Reports, which is interesting. Consumer Reports has been incredibly negative toward the beef industry as of late. So the Senate hearing, Wednesday, the 28th, 10 o'clock Eastern. State of the beef supply chain, shocks, recovery, and rebuilding. So those are the big things that will be happening tomorrow. I had something else to mention when my 3-year-old was still in the other room, but of course I can't put my finger on it now. We'll have a bit more coverage about the Senate Finance Committee hearing, as well as tomorrow's, or the 28th hearings on the markets. I'm Rachel Gable. This is your Fair Cattle Markets update, the 28th of July.